Greetings all, Danny here for Cancer's weekend message. Cancer, the first card that came out for you is the Six of Swords in reverse. I never really like seeing this card in reverse because in the upright it means leaving a hostile situation for calmer waters. Note how the wakes are on the back side of their boat and they're moving away from it towards a beautiful place that's a lot more bountiful and peaceful. In reverse, I feel like the swords is what's getting me, because the point of the swords still being in the boat while they're traveling is so they don't sink. Like when you receive a wound, you're not supposed to remove the device that broke the skin because it's acting like a block. Yeah, there might be leaking that you can handle during, but if you remove all 6 of those swords in the middle of the water, you're going to sink. And that's what I'm afraid of right now, is a Cancer being so overwhelmed trying to process and do too much at one time that they are going to sink. The orientation of the swords is what I'm being attracted to right now. There are 2 directly in front of them and 4 more clustered together. Prioritizing right now. Take what you have to do in this moment, not the things that you really feel like you need to do or the things that people are telling you you need to. What do you actually have to do in this moment to move to a calmer sea, to move to calmer waters? Because if those bills are not due for another 2 weeks, you do not need to stress about them right now. Keep them in mind. Keep them on a sticky note, but do not let them be the forefront of your mind and your worry, because too much worry about things that you cannot handle in the immediate moment is going to run you down into the ground, and then you're not going to be able to do the things that you're actually capable of doing in that moment. Removing things little by little from your plate is going to help with the gravity that is on your shoulders. And I'm speaking as someone who's dealing with a lot of things herself. I have to at least 3 times a week rewrite out a list of the things that I need to do, for the things that I checked off, things that have come up into play. Because if it stays all up in here, I'm going to lose it all and my mind and everything that I have worked for. Similarly for you, Cancer, you do not want to lose everything that you've worked for right now. The King of Pentacles. It is not going to be beneficial for you to try to take care of everything all at once. It is actually going to be detrimental to you. Queen of Wands. You need a more analytical and planned out process for how you are going to do things. Make a plan. Write down a list. Write down everything that you need to do. Do a brain dump so that you can sort through all the noise, because you might be able to group some tasks and projects together when you're in a certain kind of energy and get them knocked out of the way. And more things that require more attention will have that time and attention, because those small things that add up are done and out of the way. So you have to take those little moments, little times. If you've got 5 minutes, you can make that post if you need to. If you've got 10 minutes, you can write out that idea that you had for that video and maybe bounce it off of someone. Maybe they'll have an idea that will really help and make it a really cool video or something. Be your own knight. You don't need to look to people to try to save you. You don't need to look to people to try to fix what's going on right now. I understand. It's fucking overwhelming. It's insane to try to be like, I have all of this going on and I need to try to figure out how I'm going to make this work for me. And sometimes it'd be like, it could be so much easier to be like, no, I can't do this. Mom, fix this for me. Dad, fix this for me. Husband, wife, partner, fix this for me. But it's not their job to fix. It's yours. And while the swords need to be dealt with, they don't need to be dealt with at one time. I mean, look at that. She's looking at one sword at a time, thinking about how she's going to get out, thinking about what she's going to do when she's out. She's preparing, she's protecting, and she's planning. Be smart with how you're trying to do things. You are not Atlas. You cannot carry the weight of the world on your shoulders and expect it to not wear you down. Even Atlas himself needed a break. Even Atlas himself needed time. My love, you are putting way too heavy expectations on yourself. And I see that it is for healing. I see that it is for happiness. But that's because you're trying to heal in a situation where it's impossible. There's a separation between the force and the leader. I almost feel like some of my Cancers out there are going to be stepping up into a voice and a position of power and saying that this cannot continue. This way that we have been doing things cannot continue. And I'm so very glad, because it cannot. The way our world, our country is going right now is failing. And we need new ideas. We need new people to come in and start changing things, because it simply is not working. The way that our system is draining us, the way that our system is abusing us. And it's so frustrating when we try to pull ourselves out. And I see that you're struggling with that, Cancer. Treat your body like the palace that it is. Separate yourself from that noise. Yes, it is important to stand up for yourself. But when you make that lack mentality, when you make that aggressive push for equality your everyday focus, it can become a detriment, because that is coming from a place of lack. That is coming from a place of you not having anything. And when you make that lack energy your everyday focus, it continues to be evident in your life. So yes, it is important to stand up for yourself and speak up for yourself. But you also have to do the things that make you happy. You also have to take those times for yourself. Take those moments for yourself where you are doing something for you. Processing the hurt. Healing yourself. Going out and walking the woods. Hugging the tree. Venting out your problems. There is a balance that needs to happen right now, Cancer. And it has been steered too far in one direction. And that shifting, that equilibrium is going to be jarring, because everything was going in this single direction. But to be more balanced and harmonious with everything that you need in your life, you need more of a wheel. You need more of a cycle of focus and energy. And that's why it might be really beneficial for you to make that plan, to make out that list. And it doesn't have to be a strict schedule. God knows that I can't stick to a strict schedule of, I need to do this within this time frame, and then I need to do this in that time frame. That does not work for me. It's too stressful. It's too rigid. I need flexibility. I need to move more. But if I go into a day with a mindset of a goal that I want to do, I can accomplish it a lot better. Because yeah, I might only get one thing done that day, but I will be happy with how that one thing got done. And it will be done well. And so if you need to take it one thing at a time, take it one thing at a time. You cannot deal with the entire fuck show that is on the table, because you're just going to overwhelm yourself. Pick a corner, pick a spot, and slowly start to work through it little by little, baby steps, because then it's going to become a lot less. And then the big problems that need your attention can have more focus and less distractions. I genuinely hope you heed that, Cancer, because your stress is detrimental to you right now. You deserve to have a good night's sleep. Have a beautiful day, my love.